Welcome to the Blue Cafe. We offer stories of infidelity, betrayal, and redemption. Please like and subscribe. Cheers. Now, on to today's story. Just found out my wife has been cheating on me for 11 months. Advice, praying gesture. Advice. I am absolutely devastated. I've been with my wife now for 10 years, married for 3. We have an amazing 8-year-old girl, and just had another baby. On my way home from picking up my daughter from a friend's pool party, my wife accidentally sent me a screenshot of her FaceTime with another man. I instantly recognized him. When I got home I confronted her. She explained it was an Instagram pocket dial and she instantly hung up out of embarrassment and took a screenshot in the process. This was all a lie. I debunked this. After questioning her, come to find out she was FaceTiming this guy, and ducked up by sending me that picture entirely. She's been talking with this guy, who is also married, for around 11 months. So I contacted his wife, and let her know my wife and her husband have been hiding their conversations from us. After talking more with his wife, she discovered he was getting a hotel room down the street from our house all the time. She pulled this info up on their Marriott Points account. I called him, and got him to come clean. He has been ducking my wife for months at a hotel during the day. My wife would drop off my daughter at school, go meet with him, then come home and act like nothing happened. I've since confronted her and she's trying to get me to stay. The worst part is, our newborn baby may not be mine. They have been having sex throughout her entire pregnancy. I got a paternity test today, and should know by Friday the outcome. I don't want to divorce my wife, but she has absolutely broken my heart, and ruined this family. My oldest daughter has no idea, and I don't plan on telling her so they can keep a healthy relationship. My wife has never cheated before. I treat her like a queen. We are happy and love our relationship. Or so I thought. If she had never sent me that screenshot by mistake, I'd have never known. The worst part is I have no idea why she would ruin our family and marriage. I give her my all, I work my ass off for her and the girls. I'm broken. Update, the baby is mine. Sorry you are here. So she never admitted what she did. She was found out accidentally and she'd be still banging him if it wasn't for your discovery. She's not your wife anymore. You need to plan to divorce. If you go through with it or not is a different story, but you need to plan it. That's my goal. It's just life-shattering. This was not expected. Her parents, my family all are in absolute shock. I just worry about my 8-year-old daughter. This would crush her. Your 8-year-old will be more resilient than you think, my friend. None of this is your fault. Always remember that. This isn't your doing. Thank you, praying gesture, crying face. My dad cheated on my mom. I could tell the entire time I was growing up that something was wrong. Don't do that to your daughter. She deserves a happy father, and if you choose to move on, a loving stepmom. But that doesn't even need to be a part of the equation. Sorry, when divorce reality hits her, this will begin to emerge. Cheaters SOPDARVO, an acronym for deny, attack, and reverse victim and offender. Look it up. Get a good lawyer, and STD tested once the paternity test returns. Get her ass out of the house. She needs to go somewhere so you can have the space to sort this out. Move fast with the attorney. I'm sure others will recommend 180 and Grey Rocket if you have no choice but to be in the same place. What did she think was going to happen when you found out? Never mind, the important thing is to be civil as possible. Exercise to put your anger elsewhere. She will push and will use sex to get you back. North Carolina. She can sleep in the smallest room in the house if that's what it takes, but don't give in and follow your lawyer's letter to the T. Best of luck, and be strong. Remember, you did nothing wrong if she worked half as hard at communicating her unhappiness to you. For both of you to work on your relationship as hard as she worked on her affair and hiding it, you wouldn't be here. So you have no blame on this. Never compromise your integrity for anyone or anything. Set a goal, make a plan, make mistakes and learn, and move forward. Your daughter will be resilient or not. None of us here know her. It is devastating for kids when their parents split up. I'm thinking especially when it comes out of the blue. Please make sure you have a support structure in place and that she does, too. I am so sorry your wife threw it all away. I grew up in a home with separated parents. They divorced when I was 10 years old. I didn't notice any difference except that my dad only visited me on weekends. Why do they care so much about the children? It's just an excuse not to get divorced. If they cared about the children, they wouldn't have cheated. 11 months. That's not an affair, that is an entirely different relationship. Like they should care about their kids, but like if they really cared they wouldn't jeopardize the entire family like this. I grew up in a home where my parents didn't get along and I wished they got divorced. Listen to these people up. You'll be doing major damage to yourself and the kids if you stay. Sorry, this is such a shitty situation and your wife isn't at all who you thought. Be strong and move on, my friend. You'll find the right one eventually. She clearly wasn't. If you can't trust her mama, then neither can she. Take it from the child of parents who mercilessly cheated on each other. You will do more damage in a home where parents hate each other than two parents who communicate purely for the kids. Put yourself and the child first, do not reconcile. If she hadn't have sent you that screenshot, she would be shagging him still. Agreed. I don't want that. This is the first cheating that's happened, if you consider 11 months the first, which I don't. I want to get out, I just want to make sure it's not completely devastating for my daughter. Update on, caught my wife cheating for 11 months while pregnant. Update. Hey, Reddit family. First off, thank you to everyone who reaches out to check on me over these very painful months. I never knew how amazing complete strangers could be. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you all. So I put the original link at the bottom for reference. I tried posting an update on that link but it keeps telling me it's been disabled. So on this last September 19th, my oldest daughter's birthday, I found out my wife had been cheating on me while pregnant with our now 11-month-old that I know of, who was born 6 days before my oldest birthday. Now, when I found out, obviously it was a complete disaster. My life came to a screeching halt, and I became very depressed. I had no idea what I was going to do or how I was going to make my way out of this mess. I contemplated staying in the marriage because we have an 8-year-old and a newborn baby. I couldn't move out of the house right away because of our newborn. So for the first month or two we stayed under the same roof. This obviously didn't work, so we separated. When I was home with the girls she was not to be there and vice versa. This worked for a brief moment in time until she started refusing to leave. I then realized that in order for me to be a good dad I need to leave her and file for divorce. So I did just that. I divorced her narcissistic ass. Now, the mediation went terribly, I lost just about everything. So now I'm starting over from scratch as a single dad. And I can't tell you how freeing it really is to be away from someone so toxic. She still tries to make my life a living hell weekly. Whether it's canceling time she'll watch the girls during my workdays, she still doesn't work so instead of sending them to daycare they stay with her during my work hours. Or making false accusations, gaslighting tactics, narcissistic behavior. It's endless. As of last week I requested that we use some kind of app for communication between her and I. I also bought my oldest daughter a phone for texting/calling me and her mom when she needs to talk to us. Again, to limit my communication with my ex. As far as I know she is not communicating with her affair partner. The affair partner's wife divorced him and is now engaged to someone else already. I'm still praying I run into him at some point. But, that is yet to happen. Probably for the better. But, my ex is still not working, 5th year in a row, living off alimony and child support. Her free time is spent making sympathy TikToks looking for attention. Painting a false narrative to hundreds of strangers in hopes that she doesn't look like the monster that she is. My oldest daughter is doing well. She still struggles with the fact of a weird divorce. But she does know it's not my fault. Before separating we told her it was her mom's fault. My youngest daughter and I have now built a very strong bond. As I told some of you, it was very hard for me at first because I didn't really know if she was mine. But she was also part of the affair, unfortunately. That was the hardest part for me, not being able to bond with my daughter because all I could think about was my wife being pregnant with her while cheating on me in a trucker motel room. I hope in the future that it gets better. Right now I'm in the stage of dealing with a true narcissist who is trying to cut me down at any chance she gets. However, if any of you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. And if you're going through something like this, please reach out. I'll do the best I can to help you. Tough story to read. Your ex-wife is a disgusting person. A family destroyed for cheap sex in a shitty motel. Trash. Narcissists need untold amounts of attention. Regardless if it's wrong, they still want it. Then will blame you in the end for it. Yup, they're both disgusting, her and the AP. What kind of man ducks a married pregnant woman? I'm glad you got out, Op. Sorry to hear you lost so much in the divorce, but in the long run you gained a lot more. Thank you. Don't worry, you will rebuild your life and get back more than what you lost. I think it will be worth it to have a relationship with your daughters and be away from your toxic ex. How long will you be paying spousal support? Eventually she is going to have to face reality and get a job. Hopefully not much longer. And I hope for the best. Thank you so much. Men screw married pregnant women every day. In 99% of cases, they are married to each other. Pregnant women, up to a point, are very desirable. Listen to Stop Caretaking the Borderline and Narcissist by Margulis Fjellstad, and also Stop Walking on Eggshells 3rd edition to help you navigate your ex as much as possible. Learn and master the 180 and Grey Rock. Become as interesting as a pillar of salt when dealing with your ex, no matter how infuriated you are inside. The 180/Grey Rock are your kryptonite to her BS. I'll do this ASAP. Thank you. I was going to suggest those books too. Thank you. Where can I find Grey Rock and 180? Is a good source. Here's Grey Rock when dealing with unstable people and 180 BTW. This is another good site, you can probably find both here. I am glad your youngest one ended up being yours. Even though it's hard, you did the right thing. The courts should have pushed her to get a job. I think we need to change the law. Those disgusting cheating monsters should get nothing from a divorce. They destroyed enough. And they should be on the short end regarding custody. They are clearly not reliable. I do not disagree with your sentiments. I think no-fault divorce is a travesty. I remember your post well. Your wife is one of the horror story cheaters where they take no responsibility and basically blame you for the affair. She's not a good person, and unfortunately she's probably never going to do well in life, which sucks, because she is the mother of your children. Ducking another man while pregnant? That's so despicable. That would be an insta-divorce to me. I agree. And I think that if we hadn't just had a baby, I would have been gone. But I was madly in love with her, and my family. So it was very fuzzy for me. Wasn't thinking straight. If I could go back, I would do a lot of things differently from the start of finding out about the affair. We hope you have enjoyed today's episode. Please comment, like and subscribe. Cheers. Have a wonderful day or night, wherever you are.